Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. This week a very special edition, as this one is brought to you by chest infections.
Oh, what?
Like your mum's legs, it's spreading.
Who's got one?
Me.
Oh.
And after this podcast, you, Ross, and the other special reason for this podcast, Mr. Tom Campbell.
What's your mum's leg spreading for?
Tom, give us a wave. How you doing? Not puppet jack off. That's great. This is because of you both lost...
Jack the Jobber's wild sexual fantasies.
Start again? Or this contraption here? No, this is because we lost the Clash of Champions predictions contest to Ross and his rabbit sidekick, Todd.
Todd the Rabbit.
Yeah.
Turns out Todd's really good at
Todd
predicting
the Rabbit
wrestling.
got every single prediction right. Well, sorry, he got 9 out of the 10. I think there was 10. He got 9 of them after
thought he
one
got
of them.
everyone.
Yeah.
I thought he got
Well,
everyone.
I didn't want to take his advice on the Intercontinental Championship match because I was fully behind Nakamura. But the rest of the matches he got right. Bless his cotton, rabbit feet, made of cotton.
That's right. So it's a bit like the octopus that predicted the World Cup.
But better.
But better.
And cuter.
Exactly.
What a cute bunny rabbit he is. North Netherlands, something or other, dwarf eared or something like that he is. That's the species of rabbit.
And
Thank you for
Netherlands
telling us
dwarf,
that.
like Edgar Davids.
Yeah.
Yes. This is the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast, brought to you as always by Ross on Wrestling.
Hello,
The
Maffew.
Man so interesting. You make Michael Owen seem somewhat fun.
Did I? Did he win the poll?
We don't know yet.
Oh.
Paul, what's
Oh,
his
you
name?
weren't here? Oh,
Oh.
no, he didn't, but he came close.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you weren't here last week.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
And-
He came second.
Jack the Jobber.
Hiya.
50% Jack.
Yes.
50% Jobber. 100% enthusiasm.
Wow, that's amazing.
Think of these little things to say. Let's look at news. I'll do this so we can't see Tom. The first NXT on USA Network debuts and a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah, it was last night. At the time of recording, it was
That's
last
right.
night, yes.
These are recorded Thursdays. Big fun Triple H intro.
I liked it.
Big old face covering the screen.
Do you see the ending, though, after the show went off the air? I don't know. He had a few Stella Artoris backstage, I think. Because he does the old speech at the end. We are NXT, all the fans, part of the family, whatnot. And he hops in the crowd. Full football hooligan behaviour. NXT! He's going radio rental. He's hit middle age, hasn't he? Bless him. Big eyeball Paul.
That's what you can do when you run your own company. I'll hit as many fans as I like. Candice LeRae won a 4-way to become the #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah, that was a strong first match for it on USA, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It was her, Io, Bianca, and
Miriam.
Miriam, yes.
Yeah, and the crowd were molten. That was nice. And being the #1 contender to the NXT Women's title means she will be the next person to lose to Shayna Baszler.
I think she might beat her. The match is happening on the first week of the war, as it were, when AEW are going head-to-head with them. So I think she might win.
I think Rhea Ripley's going to walk out with a big flowery shirt and it's like, oh, what's he doing here?
Oh.
Hey, shake
My God.
Moving on. Roddy Strong beat Velveteen Dream to become the new North American champion. Mm-hmm. Yes, he did. Another strong PWG-esque match here between the
I
two
heard
of them.
Meltzer. I think I heard. I was sort of listening to Meltzer in the background there.
Oh, there we go.
I
We're
think
5
I
minutes
heard.
out hearing him.
I think I heard him compare Velveteen Dream to The Miz, and that some of his stuff didn't look good when it was live with no editing. Easy for me to say.
No.
La, la, la.
I like both
Because
of
there's no
them.
editing on the show.
Yeah.
That's a odd take from Mr. Meltz.
It is. I really like Velveteen Dream. I like The Miz. I like them both.
There are many wrestlers I think of when I see Velveteen Dream. The Miz is not one of them. Anyway, yeah. Undisputed Era get their North American title.
They've got them all.
More
They've
live.
collected them all, like the Pokemon.
Yes.
Speaking of which, in breaking news, this week, you may have seen we've got a working internet connection. Ash Ketchum.
He finally won.
That's right. It
can't
took
believe
him
it.
22 years. Which
Right,
will-
well, that was my Hall of Fame pick, was Ash Ketchum, so I'm either going to
let's
think of a
move
new
on.
one.
Which may sound bad to some people, by the way, 22 years to win something, but it's still better innings than David Starr against Volta. Imperium showed up, and they set up a Volta versus Kushida feud in the Caps Locks death match.
Yeah, I saw someone tweet saying that the loser should have to use all lowercase and Comic Sans. I'm going to add that in as well.
And they're there like, can I not have a couple letters to start my name? They're like, no. It's like, whoa, tension there. Leo Rush beat Wonnie Largan. That's right, Leo Rush. They
He's
found
back.
him.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley's still crying, I bet.
Yeah, if they can find where he is.
Oh man, he needs Leo Rush. Why? We've talked about this a million times, haven't we?
have.
Only Logan did another really good tweet.
Oh, did he?
It was the one. It was like when I was younger, I was in talks with a backyard hardcore fed, and I was going to be the shoot style old school guy who came in and won with old school moves, and my mum wouldn't drive me because she found it weird.
I thought you were going to say the one where they announced the thrilling display of NXT shirts now available.
Oh my god.
And he went, "Where's mine?" The MS painted one.
My least favourite one's Shane Thorne's. Check that out. Shane Thorne's is not... It's rusty. Rust-coloured. It's not nice.
They're all basically, you know, the word art you get from Microsoft Word?
Clip
you
art.
know, 10.
Yeah.
Like, I need this big-ass title, the blue, the white, yeah.
Big drop shadow on it, yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of NXT guys are like, hey, I got a T-shirt. Which is more than we said for like half a 205 Live.
Bless you.
Thank you. Luke Harper wasn't happy on Instagram, I saw.
Yep.
He's like, I've been here 7 years, never had one once. To be fair, though, he did just wear a wife beater. He can buy them anywhere.
Right.
Tom, if the blood starts to rush out of your arm, do you just move your arm? It'll be all right. Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
He's all good.
And what a weird week to see Leo Rush and Luke Harper show up on TV. It's funny, that. Riddle and Dane had a big street fight, and various people got involved at the end. And then Triple H brought the street fight to the crowd. It was all big. Yeah, enjoyable. 2 hours, you know, I've got to be negative and be like, I did like it being 1 hour.
Yeah.
So I'm not like new, interesting things. So it'll take some while to get used to it.
The post-press conference thing, Triple H seemed to indicate that Vince had naught to do with it whatsoever because Vince was texting him, congratulations and great job, pal.
Well, doesn't make any sense. If you know what's happening, he's like, wait, what's this show that's on USA Network?
Apparently the whole split hour thing is only going to be for the first 2 weeks while Suits ends, and then once Suits has ended.
Suits is still on.
Apparently, I don't know.
Bloody hell.
I thought that just aired on Dave.
First hour on Dave, second hour on Network.
On the Suits network.
Yeah. And there was an incident involving Big Cass backstage at a Wrestle Pro show in New Jersey.
I hope everyone's all right involved, because it sounded nasty.
Well, everyone seemed to be all right apart from one guy.
Well, yeah.
The abbreviated version was he showed up, was in a bit of an odd way, threatened Janela, even though he'd worked a show with him the night before or the week
And
before.
Enzo was there the night before as well.
Right.
And it was all fine.
Then he ended up getting a conversation with Pat Buck, and this was Pat Buck's like goodbye show because he's joining WWE.
For those
and was
of-
actually on the watch-along show for Clash of Champions.
For those who don't know, that's the Young Bucks' dad. You know when he's in... No. Pat Buck. It's not. He's a real wrestler. He's a real boy.
And it got to the point where basically the big long write-up was Big Cass went, oh yeah, what are you going to do about it? And Pat Buck's like, eh.
Yeah.
Apparently Cass...
Which you never say to someone who can actually fight.
Cass allegedly spat in his face, and he allegedly punched him back.
Yes.
And they allegedly escorted Cass from the building.
But then it's even worse because Big Cass, after he got decked like a World Star Hip Hop video, apparently he was going, why do you hit me? So people have been wondering about his mental health in the state, and the police were already at the event because apparently he was right next to a police station.
Oh, right.
So they basically just went, hey, and they went, all right. Came over and searched his car. So many pictures taken of him, sat down.
It's
And,
a
Big
bloody
Cass
shame, like, isn't it?
I was going to say, yeah, his mental health does not seem the best.
Because obviously he had the one incident, and it sort of just seemed to get better, and he was doing DDP yoga, I think, or he's at least at DDP's house getting sorted out, and it seemed to be going well, and then this has happened. Maybe he just needs to take some time away. I don't know. I just want to see the guy get back on the straight and narrow, as they would say up here.
Yeah, because it's almost like, Big Cass was being all big, and he got punched. He's like, yeah, little Cass. It's like, he actually had no idea why he was. It's like, oh, no. Oh, no. But then, Pat Buck made the most of it. It was on Watch Along. And then Drake Maverick walked into the shot and went, Pat Buck!
Heath Slater got whipped through a wall of Skittles.
By
Kathy
Cathay
Kelly.
Calais.
Yeah, they are really stepping up their Watch Along game, aren't
Yeah. It's almost YouTube-esque, actually.
Isn't that right,
Silly
Tom?
stunts and that.
they? Having silly stunts on a... Thanks, pal. It's great for the audio listeners. And Clash of Champions happened. Or as I call it, Clash of the Champions.
Dub-C-dub.
Dub-C-dub. Drew Gulak beat Carrillo and Lindsay Dorado in the match that they always have. That were good.
I hated to finish that match. It was just my pedantic brain.
Oh, I know you're
bloody
gonna talk about
Lindsay, poor Lindsay. His shoulder was up. The referee was like, "Your shoulder's up, pal." All right. Then.
Oh, sorry.
What? I know. What would you do in that situation? I know we're not wrestlers. It's hard to tell. I know
Call it
fans
in the
are-
ring, kid. call another
If you
spot.
Lindsay Dorado go, mwahaha, Gulak, you'll never defeat me. Let's give him another one. It's like, no. But all I thought thinking about this was, look at Carrillo. You could drink soup from
He is
those
stunning,
dimples.
isn't he? Like
He's
the top-
amazing.
if you broke down his body into sections, every section is stunning. The haircut, the forehead, not a crease in sight. The nose, straight as an arrow.
That was such a great poem
You know, like-
about Humberto Carrillo.
You know, Pac is the man that Gravity forgot. He's the man who photoshopped. AJ defeated Cedric Alexander. Oh, there we go. This has been the thing of this show. I think that's kept on going a few days later. The online reports, which we all know are very valid and true, were that Cedric Alexander was instructed to be buried. And I couldn't disagree more with that.
I think it's plausible.
It was.
No,
a-
I mean,
I know what happened
go
on Raw happened on Raw, but if you just look at the match in a vacuum on Sunday, it was weird. The way Cedric's been built up over the last 2 or 3 months, and then just to get squashed like that. I know he hit the move out early out the doors and whatnot, and he looked like he might win, but then it was just like, oh, it was over.
And then he got beaten up after again.
Yeah.
See, I disagree because Cedric Alexander isn't at that level. And I don't think when people say, oh, he's been built up, he's not really.
Yeah,
He's had, like, he's been involved in
pinned
stuff,
AJ.
but... Yeah, but then it was immediately overshadowed by Steve Austin's music playing.
I think that's because they went long, brother,
So
brother.
so that's what I mean. It's like, you don't remember that. You remember Steve Austin being like, "Yay, beer." So I think Cedric's, this is exactly where he is on the card. People think he's going to get elevated by having a feud with AJ. This happened the week before the show as
I
well.
thought this was, it should have been more competitive. I would have thought if they were probably going to say this is a guy for the future. But I would say no to the being buried thing, because if they wanted to bury him, just wouldn't use him.
Yeah, the guy they buried so much.
EC3 springs to mind. Where's he been?
Thank you.
Apart from when he runs in the back of shot with a random thing in his hand, trying to get some attention.
Trying to chase Scooby-Doo. But yeah, I think, and it wasn't in a vacuum though, and I like the fact that it lasted 5 minutes and didn't go uber long, like every match in the cards we'll get to. Dolph and Roode defeated Rollins and Strowman in a match that everyone was just waiting for the end to see what was happening.
Yeah, it was more about how it was going to finish, wasn't it? Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
So
I thought it was all right.
It was okay. We was waiting for the inevitable moment where, oh, Rollins and Strowman malfunction at the junction. Mamma mia.
Bobby Roode got a pinfall over Seth
He
Rollins.
did, by God. And sadly, my prediction of they would retain the tag titles, but Strowman wins the Universal title, which I thought would have been hilarious. It would have been the best. Put your phone off, Tom.
He's never going to win it, is he? I think I saw
No.
somewhere 7 shots he's had now, and he's lost them all.
7 shots. That's pre-drinking, huh? Bayley defeated Charlotte in a quick match, which I liked.
One of my
Because,
favourite moments, that when she ran away.
yeah, they're establishing that Bayley is a wrong-un. She's a never-do-weller.
Yeah.
Which is another term we use on the show. And yeah, we didn't get a super long match. That was nice. Revival defeated New Day. No, I thought it was a strong match.
Yes, I like that
And
match.
they put the line underneath that, like, yeah, finally we're bringing these tag titles away from Pancake Land.
Your boy was
And-
really good in the match.
My boy.
Xavier Woods.
That's right.
He was really good. Like, as a doomed baby face, being like, no, I'll still fight you. And it was good.
I was babbing me pants a bit, as Jeremy Clarkson might say. I poo in my pants.
What does that mean? Oh, right. Okay.
When the Revival didn't go for the win, and then thought, oh, we'll beat them up a bit more, I was like, oh no, they're going to make them look
you.
silly. But it worked, and it was good.
And I like it when they go, no, we're going to do our secret plan, and it actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, as Grace pointed out, correctly this time. Well done, Grace. Don't retire. This makes them the first tag team to win the NXT, Raw, and SmackDown tag titles.
Lovely.
I think it was Dawson on Twitter yesterday, head of NXT, was like, NXT had no plans for us. Now we're the first ever team to hold this, that, and that. Haha.
That's true, because he was the mechanic for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah. They both were, weren't they? They were the mechanics to begin with, then the Revival.
Yeah, I think he just found another mechanic. It's a good trade. Alexa and Nikki defeated Rose and Deville. That was an excuse to get Corey Graves annoying everybody.
The comedy in that,
Yeah. Nakamura defeated Miz. Oh. Should we rub it?
with Sami Zayn's help.
Yes.
Just on the just running interference, as
I
they
like,
say.
like that tag team. Also like Nakamura's new outfit
The cape.
that hides the cape and all tit. It's a good look, Nakamura. Sasha defeated Becky in probably match of the night.
Yeah, maybe.
First match is probably going to be a series, so that's fine.
They want
mind
it
the
to be
brawl.
in hell.
They mind that guy
In a
going for the touch.
Sasha fact. Sasha strongly
That's not a
dislikes
name.
mustard. Oh, God, because Becky put mustard on her. Do you like mustard?
Yes, I'm not the guy from Jackass.
Mustard can go away.
I quite like mustard.
Oh, no, man, it's CKY, innit? Rake Yawn? Is that his name?
Well, CKY was like the NXT to Jackass,
Yeah.
wasn't it? So
I think it's on CKY where he gets pelted with the mustard. He's like, I'd rather drink period blood.
they did it on Jackass as well because he's... Oh, because I didn't watch that and kicking that guy's car. Can't believe you put mustard on me, dude. Kofi defeated Orton.
Wonder what he's doing now. I remember the line where they're like, I think it was Bam Margera who mustarded him. Mustarded him. And he was like, he looks like he plays with chemicals, doesn't he? And I thought, yeah, he does. So I wonder if he's playing with chemicals right now. He's Rake Yarn or something like that. I can't remember. Someone will correct us.
See, I'm wanting to think what happened to the guy. Whatever happened to the likely lads. What happened to Kofi defeated... What happened in that match?
I've not seen this far.
Probably forgot. It was way too long.
It was a long match.
They learned a lot of lessons in SummerSlam and then forgot them by the time this came along. So, Kofi defeated Orton. I can't remember how, but I was like, okay, I've had enough of this feud. Can move on. Wasn't bad, but I don't remember anything too much about it. That's it. Yeah, cool. Rowan defeated Reigns,
It was also long.
which is also long, but Harper.
Yes, Harper came back. Before that, they brawled in the crowd a little bit, and it would have been a good crowd brawl, but we'd just seen a better one.
Yeah,
so,
right.
But yeah, this was a nice return.
This wasn't the sleeper hit of 3.5 stars that I thought Belter was going to give it like last week's show. Bit of a swing and a miss there. And then Rollins defeated Strowman.
Good match
They've written
as
it
well.
down here as Story Roman. But it doesn't matter. Strowman sucks. We'll never win the title. Oh well. But the Fiend came out with the pop of the night, and now they're doing the NXT thing of you think it's over because the graphics are bit. Oh no, wait.
Yes, I liked it.
That's a mighty good picture they got when he was dangling Rollins' heat down below his knee. Oh, it was delightful. What?
You know what I mean.
Dangling his head below his knee.
So that was nice. The wildcard rule is going away.
Yeah, it was
Anyone
just,
notice?
Michael Cole said on this week's Raw, it's going away. And then everyone cheered. Well, at home watching. It was a mess. Vince McMahon had an epiphany. Remember those days? He's like, I've had an epiphany. He didn't.
Because he's a genius. He said he was a genius about 5 times in that program. I'm such a genius.
Yeah, because the son-in-law tried to say, no, Vince, that's CTE. It's not an epiphany. Well, you think it had to be gone, given the fact that everyone was like, hang on, Ziggler and Roode are the tag champions. Which brand are they? Never mind. La, la, la.
We'd come into work some days in the aftermath, and still now even like, which brand's so-and-so on again? And we're just all like, I have no idea.
You really felt stupid for paying attention to it. So if they weren't, well, why
Yeah.
should you? And then...
That's it? That's all the news?
No, MJF.
What?
Just a little quick though. MJF is currently on every page I follow on Facebook because he did a thing where it's him looking all
yes.
big gunned and just post-gym. He's like, yeah. And he said, D&D sucks.
I don't play D&D.
I don't play D&D, that's right. And because...
I mean, I don't either. Look at me.
I mean, look at that. Oh, God, that beef. And
And I don't either. And
look at all that twiglet. And I'm just, whatever. Make your own jokes. All the nerds, the high lord nerds of D&D and like, Matt Mercer, for example, nerd extraordinaire, is like, you probably had a bad experience and all this. And he's like, shut up, geek.
there was that really hench guy.
Yeah,
who's
they're
like,
really-
I do. Yeah.
Some hench dude.
Vin Diesel does. He's apparently famous for it.
Look, it was funny because I know people who play D&D. And
Do you?
they do have
I've
that.
never have-
Yeah, right.
No
And
offense to
but
anyone who... I feel like I've just offended like a great chunk of art. I've not got a problem with it. Carry on, sorry.
All D&D people are like, not all of us are Matthew's friends. Come on. They're more offended at that than you are at MGF. But they'll just put their nose up. Oh, you like wrestling, do you?
Oh, yeah.
You like living your life vicariously through fictional characters. Oh, well. Not like me. So it was funny to see them
That's very fair
not
point.
get wrestling. Almost like, look at this guy. Let's all rag on him and increase his Twitter following and make memes about him. Meanwhile, MGF's just like, get in. So good for him. Good for him. And final note was, I think Health and Fitness then did the thing like, whether that guy was, say, shuts down, internet troll.
It's just worked out perfectly for him, hasn't it, really?
Yeah,
That's what he wants.
the talented get.
Yeah.
And that was the news.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame. In ascending order. You weren't here last week,
I've got no idea who 2 of these things are.
but if he wins... Oh, whatever. Anyway, Steve Arnott from Line of Duty.
DS, Detective Sergeant Steve Arnott, excuse me.
DX.
DS.
Oh,
Yeah, DX.
sweet.
Yeah.
10%.
He's a character. He's my favourite character. I've been watching Line of Duty, a police drama. It's really good, and he's my favourite one. Unit AC-12 for life.
Bet he's not as good as Detective Jake Peralta.
It's not a comedy. They're different. Very different.
That's just a documentary. Brooklyn Nine-Nine's just a straight-up documentary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Wise a comedy. James Adelman, 32%. So that's pretty much everybody in Australia.
Who is James Adelman?
I'm glad you asked, Ross. James Adelman was a debuting wrestler for PWA on a Rumble match, and this guy, he's very tall, very slender though, had a big brown jacket on, and entered the Rumble and was given judo chops. Bit unsteady on his feet, you know.
Oh, is this the guy who splits in two? Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it was horrible when that happened. God.
Right down the middle.
Referee's like, yeah, 32%. Thanks, Australia. And, no, you mother.
Pachi.
Naked Attraction.
Pachi
I
won.
couldn't believe this because
Good
I
tape.
spent
You're
a
not supposed
week.
to have seen the results yet, so what are you talking about, Ross?
Well, yeah. No, I saw
Naked
this.
Attraction. Yes, that's right, Ross. The first time you heard this.
I spent a week down at me lasses, War Lasses, and that's all I've watched basically.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
There's a million episodes of that.
You watch that with your lass?
Oh my god, she loves it. It's like, but there's this one episode, right? There's this one episode, and this woman comes on, and she's in her late 50s.
Not this woman.
I already
Not
like
the
it.
feet. Not the feet woman.
She likes feet in and around her
PLs.
her pussy or her kitty, I think is the quote. And she's gagging for 8 to 11 inches and stuff like that. And I was just like, well, this is captivating television, this. But yeah, I don't get it, me. I don't get the people who go on.
Well, I'll tell you would go on because he confessed it last week.
He wouldn't do it.
He would do it.
He
was
wouldn't
like,
do it.
Yeah, for 10 grand he would. Like when I got the Twitter, it was like, do you want to be on the show? We get your knob out for free.
Did you get asked?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't find... I looked. I couldn't find that. Because whoever it was like, do you... I remember it, though, like really clearly. It was like, do you want to be interested? Come on a dating show with a difference. You know, like, all right. And it goes like, Naked Attraction. I'm like, oh, well, wonder what this is going to be about. And so, wait a minute. I can't think of an unsexier show to watch, and you watch it with your lass.
Well, she likes it.
But afterwards,
You
you're like,
know how it works.
so what are you in the mood for? It's like, bed.
Now, the conversation with Pachi went something like this. He said to me, well, how much would it take you to go on it? And to cut the comment, I just went, I wouldn't do it. And he was like, he got really annoyed. He was like, that's nonsense. You do it for £3 billion, so let's work down from there. And I was just like, I don't know what to do about this. I didn't answer him.
I don't think I'd be let on.
He said he'd do it for 15 grand.
You don't
I
see
If they
many.
let that woman on, Ross, you'll be alright.
You don't see many fat lads on in the podiums, though, do you?
In the podium.
I wouldn't know, Ross. You tell me.
Oh, I thought you meant in the top 3 slots on the show.
Oh, I see.
there's
No,
a-
just in the box.
I thought you meant they got on a podium at the end, like the 3 winners. Like, yay.
Some of them probably wouldn't.
Fish comes out and spits a trophy in the air. That was thank you.
Oh, wait, where's the button? Yeah. So, yeah. Well, as the winner of last week's thing, even when he's not here, he wins.
Yeah.
OP Ross, what are your pick for the Hall of Fame this week?
I'm going for my pal Todd.
Ah,
Todd the rabbit. Deserves
Oh,
it, quite
yeah.
frankly, after this week.
Your wacky mascot. Oh,
Not me wacky mascot, he's just my close personal friend. A confidant,
all right.
an advisor, an advocate. All of those
The
words.
reigning, defending.
he did seem from the video very nice mannered rabbit.
It's a very chill rabbit. I've never seen a rampant rabbit.
No.
We've all fine.
We all got it.
God
We
almighty
all
me.
got it.
I seen your
Even my
mams.
family, even my immediate family got it. So that's nice.
So Todd, yeah.
Would you put him in the Hall of Fame if he hadn't won the predictions this week? Or
Well,
would he be in a rabbit
I
pie?
don't want to think about that.
Oh.
I need to bring him back though forever. That's the only thing.
Does he watch Naked Attraction with you as well?
No, he's outside at the time in his hutch. God knows what he's got on the telly.
Yeah, it's not his thing.
He's playing D&D with his rabbit. Man.
But Todd.
Todd the rabbit. Jack?
Ash Ketchum, as I said from before,
That's right. And you are like Ash Ketchum in many ways.
wear a hat, similar hair,
Yeah, you lose.
boyish. Yeah,
You lose for 22 years.
But one day I'll win.
Play Misty for you.
It
was crap.
The problem is the only downside. Like, it's great that he's finally won at the age of 10 or 32, depending on whether he ages in the show or not. But the sad thing is that it should have happened a season earlier, because isn't it the last season that he's changed? He looks weird now. The animation's all changed. Have you seen it?
Well, I saw it because it was everywhere, but I don't No, I stopped watching Pokemon a while ago.
Well, yeah, me too. But he looks.
But have you seen? Obviously, you keep up with it. I didn't realize.
No,
that
don't keep it. No, don't say that. Obviously, I don't keep up with it. It was just on Twitter.
Oh no, he's turning red. But this is why you can't go naked attraction. But yeah, they had Team Rocket themes. I'm obviously with Sense podcast, but I was playing like one of the kids I look after was like, "Yeah, playing Team Rocket theme." I'll put it on. But there's a mega mix of all the compilations of the different versions of the Team Rocket, like Prepare for Trouble, and it's hilarious how bad they are because they're all like, "Now you had better prepare for trouble," and that's right, double is the number that you have to make. You have to try remix.
Oh, they do it differently. Oh, right. So it's
and
not
they're so convoluted and horrible. It's just like
Team Rocket were good. They were blasting off again all the time. Are they still in it?
I have no idea. This conversation is going nowhere.
Mine's Ash Ketchum.
Yours, Ash Ketchum winning.
The 2019 Pokemon League champion, Ash Ketchum. He's now. Do they have to change the theme tune because it's all about how he wants to be the best?
I am the very best.
Yeah.
Everyone else is dead. Do. Original voice actors now on Twitter.
Is Ash Ketchum like Andy Murray? Like all the other ones were injured that year or something, and he just won because Federer wasn't there.
No, have you seen that Olympic thing with is the Australian that wins the ice skating?
It's Bradbury. Someone Bradbury's his name. Yes, when all the
literally everyone else falls on their ass on the last thing, and it's like comes along, and it's like
that's great.
That's what happened.
Anyway, sorry, Ash Ketchum.
Yes, Ash Ketchum. Mine's gonna be boring this week, but not really. Mine is Jacob Fatu from MLW, and I don't think it's a show that. I'll say it again in English. It's a show that's not getting enough press and publicity and love at the minute because there's so much other wrestling on. But Jacob Fatu, do you like Umaga? Yeah, cool. Watch this then.
I've met Jacob Fatu in Las Vegas. Yeah.
What was he doing?
I interviewed Rikishi, and he was like, "I'll get all the rest of my family. I'll give you a special treat. You can interview all the rest of my family as well." And I was like, "Oh yeah, cool." But
what was the special treat?
I get to interview all the rest of his family as well. And I was like, "Oh,
feels good though.
Thank you, Rikishi." And he thought he'd proper worked me, but I knew that he was just trying to get his family over as well. But that's fair enough.
It's good when you realise that
Tonga Kid came in as well.
Tonga Kid?
He was a lovely man. Wow. He was there, yeah.
It could be like Tonga Dad now.
But then there was the tag team as well, and I think one of those was Jacob Fatu, I think.
I did see them about in Vegas, but I did have to go, like, which one's which?
Oh,
because they all, like, moved away. No, because it's the family. The family side. Not like because they look similar.
No, right, okay.
No, that's what I meant.
That's all right, that's fine.
You know who they are, you know which one's which, because, you know.
One of them's bigger as well. But anyway.
That should be one of the quizzes. All right, of course you want to. Who is this? Who's his nephew? Who's his uncle? Like, see if they know.
So I think one of them was Jacob Fatu, but I get what you mean now. Like you get confused because there's so many. You get confused who's who. Yeah.
All right, in MLW, there's 4 diddler stables, as we say on the show, and Contra's at the top because Jacob Fatu was the champ, beat Tom Lawler. He's undefeated, and he had the War Chamber match.
Like War Games.
Do you know why it's called War Chamber?
Go on.
MLW had the rights to War Games. I have the trademark or the copyright. I forget which is which. I'm not that smart. Because WWE wasn't using them. And so that you can only keep these brands if you're using them. So they had it, and they had, like, either last year or the year beforehand,
I think
MLW
Havoc was in it and
War
stuff.
Games, yeah. And they were like, can we buy that off you? Because we've got NXT coming up with actual War Games. Yeah, sure. So now it's War Chamber, and they've got more money. So good for them, MLW.
Where do you want to have a fight? Do you want to have it at my chamber? Let's have it in War Chamber. There you go.
Jordy And yeah, he's just awesome. And that's all I've got to say about that. Watch MLW. It's on YouTube. They haven't paid me for this. I just like him.
Fair enough.
It is weird how similar he is to Umaga, isn't it? Just a slightly smaller arse. That's the only difference. That is literally the only difference.
Who are you? Turn around. Hi, Jacob.
So our picks this week are Jacob Fatu.
That's right.
Ash Ketchum.
That's right.
And a rabbit.
Not just a
Sorry,
rabbit.
not just any rabbit.
rabbit.
Yeah.
Todd the rabbit.
Todd the rabbit.
How old's Todd?
He's 8.
Oh, all right.
Just turned 8 the other week there.
So you know he's got a bit of experience in wrestling.
He's got about 2 years left, I'd say.
Oh my God. You can't be saying that. That's absolutely dreadful.
It's off to the knacker yard for him.
You can't be saying that.
He's had a nice life.
Yeah.
He's nice as Sunday.
Brace yourself for these things. It's the circle of life after all.
Yeah.
We're all got to go through it. We're all going to the same place.
Stop crying. And you can vote for your pick by going to
Patreon.com/Cultaholic.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Raw and SmackDown recap.
Let's watch wrestling. Stop wanking, Tom. On Raw, Bray Wyatt confronted Universal... Like you said, pretend he's not here, so I have to pay attention to him. Bray Wyatt confronted Universal Champion Seth Rollins. It says, from the Firefly Funhouse, which is technically correct. And that was great. His current promo was from there. Like,
It's part of
Yeah.
the show now. Well, it's live now-ish.
Yeah, creepy Mr. Rogers. Hi. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Love this. And so's the rest of the crowd. Yeah, the Fiend. Braun Strowman crashed a tag. Actually, before we get into that, so do you think, because you're much smarter than myself when it comes to wrestling, that Braun was supposed to win and the title of Seth Rollins?
No.
And they were going to do the Hell in a Cell match between the Fiend and Braun. Now, because that got released, that they've changed their mind.
No. I
No.
think. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think it was, no. I don't think they changed anything.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't like. We'll talk about it in the mailbag actually, because I've seen that
right,
already.
mailbag.
I just think.
Wow,
It's
how do you know that, Ross?
a bit. I've got psychic powers thanks to a rabbit called Todd.
Damn it.
I think it's a bit too early, mate, for the Fiend to be involved in this championship picture.
Ooh.
That's my personal opinion.
Well, right now there's no
It's
one
like
else.
Vince has seen, like, oh, we've sold 50 masks, have we? Get him in there! I heard that, did.
I was going to say, felt that. Braun Strowman crashed a tag team champion summit. Nicholas was nowhere to be found. The OC defeated Cedric Alexander and the Viking Raiders.
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
And
to
then,
further
and then,
bury,
and then beat him up after the match again.
bury the memory of Cedric. See, I look at it this way. If AJ Styles has given him the time of day to give him the Styles Crash off the middle of the rope, Styles Crash, that's a much better name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Styles Crash off the middle rope, then surely that he's not being buried. If
I
you pinned him with a snapmare,
I just think people were taken back how, like, uncompetitive that match was on
AJ
Sunday.
pulled his shoulders up at 2 and went, not yet, no. I thought it was a bit excessive.
I think people are seeing us online and going, yeah, you're right.
Well,
but
we'll
if it hadn't been
see.
reported, no one would be saying
Well,
that.
we'll see.
You're wrong. Baron Corbin defeated Chad. This was almost got forgotten about with everything else happening with NXT this week. Baron Corbin is the 2019 King of the Ring.
Richly deserved as well.
He has been on fire all the way through this tournament, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But I thought it was the wrong call. Because, like, do you hate...
Wrong call.
Do you hate?
Sorry.
Do you hate Corbin more because he won that match? I know it's a prestigious
That's
thing.
a good point.
I know you can go, I won the King of the Ring, mate. But like, surely Gable would have gained a hell of a lot more than Baron Corbin has.
Yeah, I would have rather Gable won, but I wasn't too disappointed because I
Yeah.
thought that Corbin also was
Right.
good.
Well, yeah, I thought the entire point of going, hey, Chad Gable, what small, was the fact that he was going to win in the end.
Yeah.
And in typical WWE fashion, it's like, yay, the bully won.
Yeah.
F you, kid. But as we're getting to SmackDown, there's other stuff happening, so it's all right. It's
I-
not the
one-
end of the
One
book.
thing that I didn't like was how this segment ended with, after every match Corbin sat on the throne and put the crown on, this time he walks up to the throne and we go backstage to where the Street Profits are talking about it. And they're like,
Someone,
whoa.
because I brought it up in the video earlier this week, and someone said it was half time when that match in the NFL when that match was taking place.
Oh,
So that's why I something like that.
right. That's why it was
So
a
more
weird
more
position.
eyes would have been on it at that point because the football was at half time.
Okay.
I wonder why it was midway through the show, but
Yeah.
Americans. Ricochet defeated Mike Kanellis.
Oh
Oh, boy, oh
God.
boy.
Can we
I wish
talk
you
about this
days I
seg- can we
forgot.
talk
All
about
of
this
this
segment?
would burn with fire.
Yeah.
Everything to do with Maria.
I really like Heyman's. I'm guessing this is Heyman. I like his direction usually, but not this.
I'll
Sort
tell you
of
what,
stuff.
I remember when it first started and she go like bringing the pregnancy into it. I thought this is quite refreshing in a weird way because it's like 90s zany West stuff. But as it goes on each week, it just gets worse and worse and worse. It's just horrible.
I did a tweet this week. I think people are still commenting on it. I haven't checked it for a while. That has sadly given the impression that I'm into this. Because I was thinking out loud, which I sometimes do, and said, wouldn't it be funny if it turns out Mike Kanellis is actually into this type of stuff? And they're all trying to embarrass him and humiliate him because I think it was a story that they signed on and then went, yeah, by the way, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. And so they're like, oh, damn it. All right, then we're going to humiliate you, embarrass you into leaving, which is kind of what the speculation was with Mark Henry when they gave him that huge contract and went, oh, he's crap. So they had him all like, go on TV and go, by the way, I diddled me sister when his mum was in the crowd. So hoping he just quit and retire. He's like, no, I'm going to good money. Yeah, all right. This is what I thought would be good. So it'd be funny that if it's actually his fetish. And every time he's like, no, don't do that. Don't humiliate me. And they're like, we're going to do this. And he's just like, I'm getting paid for this.
So
And then people are like, Maffew, is this what you want to be happening? Like, no, I'm just thinking.
So backstage, right? It was the baby. It was we're going to reveal if it was a boy or a girl. Everyone's there. Everyone's excited.
Well, there has to be a crowd or
you've
it
got
doesn't really work.
Heath Slater, Titus, Sarah Logan was there randomly,
He wasn't booked.
Ricochet was there. And
Guess he wasn't there. EC3.
and they were like, it's a boy. And then Maria went, Ricochet's the dad. And Ricochet went, no, I'm not. I wouldn't do that. Not like that. And he got a bit... He handled it exactly like I would, actually. It was really good. He was like, not that I wouldn't. I think you're pretty. But it was basically that. And then she was like... Oh, and then Mike was like, get in the ring. And then Titus just did some weird rant when he was like, you got to go and sort this out. Get in the ring, boy. And it's just... Oh, God.
And then he lost.
Yeah, but Ricochet looked sad about beating him though, which was good. He was like, it was when Neo realizes he can tap into the mate, he knows all the stuff. So Ricochet's just dodging punches, like, oh come on, like stop it.
Come on, Canellis.
You got my wife pregnant. Let's have a wrestle.
I'm not gonna punch you now. I'm gonna get changed and go to the ring, and then I'll see you there, pal.
Have some glory days.
So Maria said it was Trevor to motivate Mike, but then she was like, oh no, it wasn't Trevor. It was Rusev.
Rusev looks great.
And it looks like a different man. The moustache is powerful.
Buff.
Yeah, he's lost weight. It's just, the package is there.
However, it does make no sense, because either way, if it's true, then why haven't we heard from Lana and where's Lana? And if it's not true, why is Rusev helping Maria? Are we going to learn what the point
Why
of this
didn't
is?
Find
Find out by watching next week's Raw.
I don't know if we will find out.
Hey, spoilers. Mike Kaz gets beat up by Drake Maverick, Todd the Rabbit.
I thought
Then goes and finds a locker room, an empty space to put some fun.
I was just a bit shocked that Rusev didn't say that, wasn't me?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows he's married for realsies.
Well, Vince hates the... Rumours are that Vince hates the pairing of Lana and Rusev. He does not ship them, IRL.
Because someone as brutish as Rusev used to be back in 2014 shouldn't have been getting a lady like Lana. Dolph Ziggler should have. And that's why that angle was put together, allegedly.
He's going to corrupt her and make her wear denim and love America. That was a really weird angle.
Good time. Going from serious wrestling now to Mayor Glenn Jacobs defeating R-Truth to become the new 24/7 champion.
He made the local news. It was fantastic. They had no idea what was going on, these two news anchors, and the woman just ends it by going, hilarious. That was the end of the report.
All hail Quimby. But then it was, I think it's the Culture account, It's All Right Now, said like, constituent, oh, we need to speak to Mayor Glenn Jacobs about a serious issue. Sorry, he's not here. Oh, what's he doing? He's on Raw in the title.
He's on Raw murking a man named R-Truth. That was a very good tweet, though.
Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Cesaro. Yes, he did.
Why was Big Dick Tony dressed like that?
Big Dick Tony. It was as if he wasn't expecting to wrestle.
But he had his wrist taped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just that.
Wait, yes.
He goes out and buys a pint of milk.
Big Dick
His
Tony.
tape on.
I think I made a mistake on Grader because I said...
No.
I thought that... What? Whoa!
He's not Japanese.
I thought that Cesaro, all caps, came out and said, you should have listened to your son, Ray. Because Ray... But then I was like, well, Ray's son told him to not retire. So Cesaro's wrong. But apparently he said, you shouldn't have listened to your son. But... like the music and stuff. And
you shouldn't have listened to your son.
No, I thought he said should have as well.
Oh, right. It was just one person on Twitter, and I just assumed I was wrong.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, his son said don't retire.
Yeah.
You should have listened to your son.
Like,
that's why Rey Mysterio was like, wait, hang on. Aha, sucker punch.
And if your son comes round here, I'm going to kick his ass.
Yeah.
You can't say that to a man's father.
Cesaro can. Because he lost.
Cesaro,
Not much to worry about there,
also,
sadly.
Cesaro went from showing mad respect to Ilya Dragunov on NXT UK, on NXT UK for like having a good fight with him, and he's like, "Oh, you're all right, you." And then he goes over to Raw and he's mega heel, saying, "I'm going to kick the crap out of your son."
Yeah. Because he knows he's going to be on NXT UK soon. Long term. Well, that goes to 2 hours on the UK network.
The UK network.
That's all that. SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley and Sasha Banks defeated the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. A lot of titles here. This was a good match.
Bayley on the floor.
2 thumbs up.
She's rapidly becoming my favourite.
I was trying to think what the thing that happened.
Oh, yes.
Sorry for the audio listeners.
2 thumbs in the air.
Ross put 2 thumbs in the air. One for Todd, one for Robert. And Lacey Evans defeated Dana Brooke.
With the sharpshooter.
Yes.
Whoa, she's got quite a good sharpshooter.
That's Bret Hart's move.
Yes.
I know.
Not Natalia's.
She's going to have a feud with Bret Hart. She's got a good sharpshooter, actually. I liked it.
She's inherited.
She bends down on one knee for extra, like, because she's taller than most people.
Never bend the knee.
No.
Universal Champion Seth Rollins defeated Raw Tag Team Champion Robert Roode via DQ. So that feud must continue.
And then...
But how way? Then things are too silly for me.
What? That's your favourite wrestler of all time?
I know, but he's fully... I don't care what you say. He's fully retired now. He's in office, for Christ's sake. And he came back, and he just... I said on the video this week, it's like he spaffed in the face of the OC, the leading heel faction on Raw.
A second later, everywhere.
So he choke slams them all, 2 of them at once as well. And I know that the Fiend came out and then toppled him, which, logic would say Kane knocked all those lads over. The Fiend knocked over Kane. That makes the Fiend look really strong.
Right.
But not when it's Kane. And you know what? They had him in the show as Glenn Jacobs, a fully retired wrestler in office.
What are you on about?
Oh, it was
They're just good friends.
And James Adelman's just one man, not 2 men in a...
Did Brad Shepard tell you that the same person or something? What are you talking about? But no, yeah, Kane is the guy that they pull the lever and, we need Attitude Era, emergency, and he comes out, does his thing. He's been terrible for at least 2 years.
Aww.
But it's Kane.
I know it is
We love
Kane.
him even though he sucks. It's like a Nicolas Cage film. It's like, I'm
I
watching
love
this.
Kane.
So yeah, then Fiend's like, I'm gonna have ye. And he scared the hell out of Seth. He's like,
They are getting these camera angles. Who's doing these camera angles, do you reckon? I reckon it's Bray.
Werner Herzog.
Puh,
Sorry, I don't know why I said
no
that.
idea.
I've seen Grizzly Man. Terrifying documentary.
Yes, it
Carry
is.
on, sorry.
I just thought I'd say something stupid. There we go. Meh. I apologise.
But I agree. I had mixed feelings because I didn't like Kane battering all the younger lads, but I did enjoy the Fiend being put over strong.
Yeah. So there you go. If it has a purpose, then it's all right.
I just
Means
couldn't
to an
get
end.
past the fact it was just big old Kane.
Did the ends justify the means? That's what we're talking about.
I think we're being
here.
too hard on the big old machine.
Okay.
So, SmackDown, which I think is going to become the #1 brand soon. Are you okay there, Jack?
Yep. Just
Oh, your wrist looking a bit bad.
yes, it is. These are child's handcuffs for Halloween
Where's the
purposes, I
child?
assume. No.
Anyway, Erick Rowan and Luke Harper laid out Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, the SmackDown highlights is back to front for some
I was
reason.
gonna say, yeah,
I
that was-
literally could not have. I didn't have the time to change.
Oh, that's fine.
Read up.
Yeah. Ascending order. The New Day defeated Randy Orton Revival in a nice long match that, to me, seemed like that was it. That's the last bit of that feud.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because then immediately afterwards, Brock Lesnar emerged to challenge Kofi Kingston next week's SmackDown.
Not only that though, the beard was back. He's got 60. Well, from Tuesday, he had 16 days more growth in him.
The beard was back. What's her name? Anyway,
What?
that was people have been interested online to this because a lot of people are like, oh, good, Kofi Kingston's reign's been horrible. We need Brock back, and I'm there going, you're gonna be kidding me. You want Brock doing this thing again that we've had the last 4 years,
Has
which I
Kofi-
can only think is Stockholm syndrome.
Kofi's reign hasn't been horrible.
It's
It's been hampered by crap opponents. Like,
Yeah.
why was Dolph Ziggler his opponent for a few months? That was bad.
But I don't think it's been like really horrible.
No.
I think he's been great.
Yeah.
It's been all right.
Yeah,
He
Kofi
stood out.
Kingston reign. What do you want him to do? Like,
Yeah.
It's that old saying, Maffew, in the football, you can only beat what's put in front of you. And that's
Well
what
done,
Kofi's
well
done.
said.
It's not his fault he's got crap opponents to dance with.
So I think there's that 1% chance that Kofi Kingston
I think
is
he'll
going
do
to
it.
beat Brock Lesnar on
I would
SmackDown.
love it.
It just
I
I
would
So
love
not
it
to-
if
we
Kofi
bring up
won.
that Kevin Keegan thing every week, but I would love it if Kofi beat Brock Lesnar.
I'll tell you something. He's still fighting for that title. I'll tell you. So that's what I think.
Do you reckon Brock Lesnar's ever disrespected Stuart Pearce?
No, when you disrespect a man like
Every time. Cheap as pop. Oh, God. Erick Rowan delivered a chilling message in an exclusive interview. And the framing on this was like
Oh, my
straight out
God.
of Lord of the Rings, wasn't it? It was like,
Rowan's crotch was in Michael Cole's like
So-
diaphragm.
so Eric Rowan. But it was good because he's sick of being...
A puppet. That's what
I
he
was
said.
going to
isn't
say
it?
that. No, I didn't. He's sick of being a mid-boss, wants to be the final boss. He's had too much time under Bray. He's had too much time just being Harper's mate. Now he wants to run his own thing. I think great.
I like his promos, me.
Yeah.
Seems like he's not all there. He's a bit unhinged. I like how they're not fluid. Because everyone else are fluid, just about, aren't they?
Yeah, you don't really want the guy to come out and be like,
Well then.
alas, poor Yorick, I'm going to put ye through a table. Nakamura and Zayn set up Ali with a sneak attack. They did. Kind of zoned out here, to be honest. It was alright. Kevin Owens laid a lawsuit on Shane McMahon.
This was going all right for me. Well, first of all, we all saw what happened to Enzo Amore, didn't we? When he actually invaded an arena. So as soon as you see Kevin Owens just with a camera next to him, filming him as Shane McMahon walks down the ring, took me out the moment that did. Why did that need to be there? Maffew, tell me why.
He bought a ticket. He has the legal right to be there.
So did Enzo.
Oh, yeah. Are you trying to get me to defend Enzo more in a podcast?
No, I just like, we saw, everyone knows what happened when it really happens, so why didn't a similar thing happen here? That was my gripe. I like it to be real. I like it to be real.
See,
my wrestling's based in reality. I know I'm sounding like him, but it just.
I love that you're saying that, and then you're like, my favourite wrestler's Kane.
Wait, was that Pachi?
No, Seth Rollins.
Oh,
is that who that was? what does Seth Rollins sound like, Jack?
that's quite a good Gruntilda.
All the audio people are going to be like, my God, Seth Rollins. Nah, I didn't have any issues with that because I'm so used to that cliche.
I know it's
in
wrestling. So yeah.
It was when Owens was like, aha, a lawsuit. And he tried, but
I don't know, maybe...
It was the $25 million bit is fine.
It wasn't fine.
The extra clause is where it just went too far for me.
I just don't think an ass kicker like Kevin Owens should be trying to get one over on his boss by suing him. I think he should be kicking his ass.
This is bad filler. That'll be cut out of the abridged SmackDown DVD
I mean, what's
set.
going to happen? Is he going to take him to a tribunal next? And that's going to be thrilling.
Tribunal in a cell.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon at the Leveson inquiry. But no,
There goes the money.
this clause that Kevin Owens can fire Shane McMahon after he wins the $25 million. What does that even? He can't, can he? Surely.
No.
I was waiting for someone to put me right, but nobody did. It just seems like
No one cared. I think it was just like, all right, hurry up. So we should hurry up. Charlotte Flair defeated Sasha Banks via DQ.
Oh, Sasha Banks, we give you thanks. Sorry, let's shout out a hot dad for his excellent wrestling themes there. Carry on.
I thought you were doing auto plus repair.
Auto glass replace.
Auto glass.
Auto glass. Auto glass repair. Auto glass replace.
Mess it up.
Hayes Travel. Nobody offers you more. Hayes Travel. New Bridge Street Betting Centre. That's closed down. 30 years and it's gone.
All right, let's make this more local to annoy people.
Honorary Hall of Fame induction, I reckon.
Right, yeah.
New Bridge Street Betting
We'll all
Centre.
put that in. You don't need to put your money in. It's in the Hall of
the
Fame.
Highwayman Spoons in Bigger. It's actually decent.
No, never been.
No, it's all right. It looks all right.
Don't Shield
It's
Road.
just off Shield Road.
Tom, local radio DJ Tom.
Oh, yes, it's your foot.
Tell
your
us
forte.
some more jingles. New Bridge Street Betting Centre.
Dun, dun, dun. Simply the best. South Cleveland garages. Nothing? Oh, wow.
Nothing.
Tyneside Auto Park. Tyneside Auto Park. Everybody needs Reg Vardy. At Reg Vardy, you can...
Oh, yeah.
It's me, Frank.
My
Frank's factory floor.
My dad used to work for Frank's Carpets. He hates it. I used to work for Hayes Travel. I hate that jingle as
I
well.
love carpets, me.
Ah. It's my dad's birthday today. And my brother's. They're not the same person. They've got they've got the same
Hang
birthday.
on.
My brother was born on my dad's 30th. Happy birthday, Dad and Tom.
Hell of a present.
What?
It was a hell of a present for him.
I was meant to be born on my dad's birthday, but I stayed in the womb and then got jaundice. Kept in an incubator for a week, I was.
Is that true? Oh, God.
25th of July, I was meant to come out. August the 2nd, I waited until in an incubator for a week. Had a great time.
Tom's trying to stay quiet for this whole podcast, but he is not in there.
That's the video last time. Been in bit, and then he died.
What was SmackDown in that? I guess.
Oh, God, back to wrestling.
We still, yeah.
Chad Gable pushed over Baron Corbin's King of the Ring. Yeah, whatever.
That was good because hopefully it means Corbin just won't actually be a king because he shouldn't be. None of them should be.
He should be a king.
No!
He won the King of the Ring.
Austin wouldn't have done it.
I know they're both bald.
Imagine if Lesnar did it.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Back in 2002.
Erick Rowan. No, wait. Heavy Machinery defeated the B Team. Yes, the B Team.
Otis had his gut out. It was delightful. Got new gear.
Can't wait to say. Erick Rowan, Luke Harper. I can't talk
Luke
today.
Harper.
Look, I'm under the weather.
Mambo number 5.
A little bit of Rowan and Harper. That is their name. Laid out Bryan and Reigns. And I like this. I like this a lot because they beat the hell out of everybody.
I like Brian's promo, me. It's like the worst thing that could ever have happened was you lying to me, Eric. Our friendship being gone. There's nothing worse in this world.
Anyway, if you thought that was bad, you're going to hate this. And I liked it because I got on Twitter, I went, Rowan likes wearing the band shirts, we had Cannibal Corpse. Not this is Chris Brooks. And I thought it was funny. He's like, oh no, cannibals, they're not vegan. And I had a bunch of people tell me, actually, Maffew, the drummer in Cannibal Corpse is vegetarian. I like it when I'm understood.
Shout out to Luke Harper as well, who managed to throw a monitor over the ring to the far side ropes, and it bounced off the middle rope. You'll never do that again.
It was a weird monitor, though, wasn't it? Because I expect the monitors to be those little CRT TVs.
This is 1998 anymore.
Yeah. They had them until 2008. And we've already gone over NXT, USA edition. The UK edition had the British rules, was it? No, British rounds match.
Yes.
Between Sid Scala and Cassius Ohno.
Yes.
Sid Scala's British, Cassius Ohno is round. And it was a very good match. I liked it. Sadly, Skid Scala, Jesus Christ. Skid Scala, who listens to this podcast, but has switched off just now, so I can say what I like about him.
Does he? Oh,
No,
you just...
I-
Oh, right.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
And well, when I link up to this.
Listen to this, Johnny. They're talking about him.
Trying to show Johnny Saint what a podcast is. What? It's on BBC too.
Can I put a leg in that podcast lock, for God's sake, Jack, man?
Put a fiver on the
Sorry,
leggy.
I got my words.
I cast in a pond, not a pod.
Yeah.
When I go fishing, it goes in the pond.
Hey,
Wait. Sorry.
Marathon bars are back.
Just talking about old
I
people.
knew it.
Just talking about old people not making much sense, right? I saw my gran the other day, and she tried to get me to. She'd seen a footballer on telly, and she was trying to get me to recognize who she meant, and she was like, "He's tall and foreign." I was like, "Oh." She's like, "He's rich." I was like, "They're all rich." Margaret, come on.
You know the foreign one.
Tall, foreign, rich, and had hair. I was like, it turned out to be Cristiano Ronaldo.
That would have been my guess as well, actually. Yeah, he's in the news for some reason. Yeah, what a lot of wrestling.
Always been quite a good week for the wrestling, me.
Yeah,
Quite enjoyed it.
yeah, it was. I'm glad you were here to enjoy it.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the mailbag. And I haven't looked at these, and neither has anybody else this week. Number 1. Hey boys, loving the podcast as always. Question is, do you think WWE have given The Fiend a title shot too soon? They've put themselves in a difficult spot for Hell in a Cell. If I was them, I'd have the match go like Brock Cena from SummerSlam 2014. One spot I'd love to see is Seth do his comeback, then hit the stomp. But instead of staying down, The Fiend gets straight back up, roars at Seth. He is shocked and puts him in a mandible claw for the 1, 2, 3. Thoughts? Thanks for always keeping me entertained. Regards, Ollie.
Thank you, Ollie.
Thank you, Ollie. Well, he's done some good booking there. But in terms of this, yeah, as always, since 2009, the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view shouldn't exist.
No.
Hell in a Cell gimmick should, but having it as annual thing means it's like,
I've got to wait until October to have a Hell in a Cell match.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why The Fiend could do that. It's like, well, that's why I'm showing up now.
I don't think it's too soon, and I'll give you reasons. 2 reasons why.
Reasons too.
Before I tell you this question truth, you must listen to my reasons too, right? So I think the first reason is that it's near Halloween, spooky season and all that. That makes sense for The Fiend to be the champion. But my main reason is that, as you said earlier, he's the best candidate, but there's no one else that I can think of really who should be involved in this feud with Rollins. And
Yeah, there's no one else.
And
That's the point.
I think you could argue even that I'd like a little break from Rollins as champion. He doesn't need to be the champion all the time. Fiend deserves it. Why it? I ain't give him it.
Yeah, right now, striking while the iron's hot isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
They haven't had this for some time.
I look at the Universal and WWE belts differently. Like, I think the Universal one can have big, cartoonish, like, Strowman could be a viable champion for that belt. Lesnar
You're
and
so
that.
funny.
Rollins is a bit of a super babyface guy. It's a bit more outlandish than the WWE belt. I think that's more of a sportsy belt at the minute anyway, because like you had Styles and now Kofi and that, and that's what I think anyway.
I'm looking forward, not to The Fiend versus Rollins, to The Fiend versus Braun. Bro, like, wait, I remember you. what happened there?
Do you think they've backed themselves? If Wyatt does win, like one of the best things about his new run has been like he's not been on every week.
Yeah.
He's been used sparingly. But then if he wins the title and they continue doing that, people might turn on the guy and go, he's like Brock Lesnar now.
I object to that because they like
Your Honour.
Objection.
they like the Firefly
Okay.
Funhouse. He doesn't have to be wrestling every week. You're right. Disagree with that. But he can be like, hi,
Yeah.
here's me and the rabbit and the title belt. Doesn't that look good? And people are like, yay, that's what they like about
Pretty much
it.
Ross.
Yeah, that's me now. That's my
know.
life.
Here's me and the rabbit
Did you
and the
pick
title
that
belt.
rabbit because of that?
Bray gave him to me.
Oh.
Oh, he's his brother. Yeah, he's brother.
Yeah, my legitimate long lost brother.
Oh, speaking of puppets, it was good. Vince Russo has got a Disco Inferno puppet now for his podcast.
Why?
The dozens and dozens of people are into that. And people are at Simon Miller going, I stole it from you. And the people are like, I stole it from me. And then Russo was like, no, I stole it from the Stern show. And I went, yeah, that's where I stole it from as well. To clarify that. So, yeah, I think he's going to win. And if he doesn't win, he'll be the new Ryback. Number 2, hello, gents. I was listening to some old podcasts today and came across one. Podcast 45, to be exact. Oh, good number.
What did we say? And what on earth have we said?
Oh, this is where I have to go like,
Oh,
oh yes,
God,
of
what have
course
we
I
done?
remember. This is going to be
What have-
horrible,
what
isn't
have
it?
we
This is
done?
going to be like, this is like going to be like looking at old baby
Oh,
photos of
you
yourself.
advocated genocide in this podcast. It's going to be something awful.
Remember when you said, it's like, no. Where Maffew said that there was no chance that Becky and Ronda main event WrestleMania. I didn't say that, did I?
I don't know.
I thought I was pro that.
I've not gone back to prove this right or wrong. I'm just going to take this man's word for it.
My memory is I was like going, yeah, they should, because now's the best time to
It's
be
not
doing
what you
it.
want to happen. But he's not saying it's what you wanted or didn't want to happen. It's what you thought or didn't think would happen. So maybe you
Don't look at the old podcast.
maybe you wanted it to, but you never thought it would.
What do you mean? I'm never on when it comes to Becky. Him and Seth Rollins are never last.
Him again, mixing up your
The man?
Oh, aye.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank
sorry.
you. Sorry, you're going straight. The blood's going away
I
from
know.
your head
I'm
to your
yeah. I
poor
know,
hand.
Yeah.
Looks like a surgeon's glove. Someone's blowing up there. Oh, bless you. So where are we? Apart from Maffew's wrong about everything. He then backtracked. Oh, I'm doing now. He said the only way Vince would allow it is if they added Nikki Bella at the match. Sounds like something I'd say. That was nearly right because then she was gone. They added Charlotte Flair to it.
They're the same thing.
Yeah, right. That being said, what's the worst cold take / wrestling opinion you've ever given that's bitten you in the arse? Fair enough. Mine was that I thought Rusev Day wouldn't get over.
Oh.
Underestimating the power of the Bay and Spirit Animal. Cheers, Trembo.
Trumbo.
Well, Trembos make me tremble there, having to face my horrible takes. It's a good question. Do you think of any bad takes you've had?
I kind of think one myself.
Oh.
I just say
Bad takes I've had then?
nonsense every week.
Yeah, you don't really like make a note of it.
Because I convinced myself that Rollins and Becky were fake after that interview they did on the red carpet, and within 20 seconds, Rollins was like, my girlfriend, my girlfriend, my girlfriend. Don't know.
Can't.
Tell us in the comments below what our bad takes are.
I remember the one with Soccer AM. This is what I'll always remember this guy for. When Lovejoy was doing commentary, the guest commentator.
Oh.
And he went, it's only Ray Parler.
He banged
And then Ray Parler
I-
he's just there, his head in his hand going, oh no.
When he first showed up on NXT, I thought Elias was going to be dreadful, but then he turned out to be all right. I thought he was going to be just like such a cringy gimmick. I didn't get it. I didn't get that it was meant to be cringy and rubbish. I thought he was trying to actually be cool. Like, I've got a guitar. But no.
Well, there's a bunch of people I thought would be bigger stars than they were. Like, I thought Adam Rose was going to be the second coming.
I thought Sami Zayn, for about 3 years in a row, I think, at What Culture, I predicted that Sami Zayn was going to win the Rumble. He never did.
I predicted Umaga was going to win the 08 Rumble.
I've got a music one.
Oh.
Me and my mate at uni, he was really into Drake, the rapper, before he was that big. And I liked Kid Cudi. And I was like, Drake's not going to get anywhere. It's all about Kid Cudi. And yes, Kid Cudi's still sort of heard about. He did that album with Kanye West recently, but Drake's now like the biggest star in the world. And it's like, all right, Simon, you got me there, I guess.
Yeah. Turns out you have lots of opinions. You have to go, yeah, my bad. Well, we think about, like, what did I say one time? Because I try not do predictions because this happens. And you have loads of them.
I know.
I'm Cultaholic on the YouTube channel. Which way we're facing? There. Yeah, YouTube suggested channels. Yeah, there's some of them there. There we go.
I once put like not a crazy amount, like a tenner or something on Undertaker to beat Lesnar. I bet on that match, WrestleMania.
Well, I think everybody was wrong about that. There's no way Lesnar's beating Undertaker.
Couldn't believe it. Yeah.
That would be good though to go back to the old things of like, that's not going to happen, and spice the footage of it happening. Anyway, number 3. I'm a huge fan of Impractical Jokers. So it was cool to see Sal Vulcano on Steve Austin's new show. Irano. Uvavu. As well as seeing some of those guys in the crowd on a couple of shows. My question, what is your favourite instance of one of your fandoms overlapping with the wrestling world? Bonus question, what in kayfabe is the difference between pro wrestling and MMA? WWE is never afraid to talk about UFC. but when they do, it's while presenting their matches as real. I know kayfabe is dead, but this is something I've always pondered and wonder if it's something WWE staff have ever thought about. Thank you, Jonathan Hookhill.
Thank you, Jonathan. Hugh Kill, maybe. Thank you, Jonathan.
Hugh Kill.
Jonathan
Hugh Kill.
I think in kayfabe the difference is like it's just whenever like someone like Riddle goes up against more of a wrestly like superstar wrestler, like it's a clash of styles, isn't it? They're just different disciplines. Because in the kayfabe world, pro wrestling is like a martial art, isn't it? Isn't that how you?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it was for Dan Severn and people like that. I get you, but
Oh no, I just meant like
in kayfabe's different between pro wrestling. Well, wrestling's openly fake.
in wrestling you go no, but in kayfabe, in wrestling.
Oh, I see. Oh, right.
I agree with the
now,
discipline
In
thing.
wrestling, you go for pinfalls. You don't do that in judo. You try and like slam them and pin them and that, don't you? And in wrestling, I guess, like amateur wrestling, but you don't go for like a 3 count thing, do you? I don't know. I don't know what amateur wrestling is at all.
You hurt my brain now trying to think of in kayfabe.
Amateur wrestling, you have pinfalls, don't you?
But
Yeah,
is it
it's
a
a
count?
one-
Is
it's
it
a
a
one-
pin? Is it a count?
It's a one. Come on, Matthew, you got this. It's a 1 count.
Do either of your schools have amateur wrestling? Mine never did.
No, it's very American.
Barely had
isn't it?
football at King James.
I mean,
Runabout.
that's what happens when like a British MMA fighter comes up. They're always more natural strikers and kickboxers and that because we just don't really teach wrestling in England,
No.
in the UK. No.
Whereas in Billy Elliot, where he's like, lads didn't do ballet, they do football and boxing and wrestling. And Billy Elliot goes, who here does wrestling? So,
But for the
oh
first,
yeah, the first bit of the question, fandoms overlapping.
I went to the WrestleMania Revenge Tour in 2004 at the Telewest Arena.
Yeah.
And when I was walking down the corridor, walking the other way towards me was Kieran Dyer, Titus Bramble, and Jermaine Jenis of Newcastle United Football Club. They were there with the Footballers' Diaries camera crew. I think that's what it was called on BBC Two. They were
Kinda remember
following
it,
them
yeah.
behind them, and that was on TV for like a split second.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
I was-
remember watching that. Then
and
one of them goes backstage to meet Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, they
and
asked
it
him
says, like, even
Kieran
though
Dyer
he was
would have-
told not to, like, ask for a photo, he still asked Eddie Guerrero for a
Yeah,
photo.
that is Kieran Dyer with the.
God, I forgot watching that, yeah.
I was on that I was a celebrity in school, but also had the piss taken out of me by the football team because I went to the wrestling and I was in year 7. Imagine that, being in year 7 and liking the wrestling.
Who here watches wrestling?
But seeing Kieran Dyer, Bramble, and Jenis at the wrestling was a bit weird.
Yeah. It's good seeing Wayne Rooney punch Wade Barrett.
Punch is kind to him, isn't it? Big old slap on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie McMahon, here comes the pain.
He's the right age graphic for Wayne Rooney to be looking at. Anyway, go on.
Grannies.
Mine's also, I guess, no, I like the fact that Lewis Capaldi listens to this podcast and is now the biggest star in the world, which
Does
is
he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
follow
he's
him.
like you.
No, he knows us from the podcast. Jen was the first one to like
Really?
tweet him and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
She reminds me. She's like, we were friends first. I was like, all right. yeah.
Okay.
But no, I don't know if he listens to it anymore, but he certainly did before he got really busy and famous. Yeah.
He is everywhere, like.
They'll-
He's the Tom Campbell of pop. I said he's the Tom Campbell of... There you go. Good one, Tom. Go back to bed.
Now, but I've got a football one as well. It was recent. It was when they brought Jermaine Defoe out in a Sunderland shirt at the arena. Everyone's like, "Boo!" I didn't realise that they'd be so clever enough to know that. They'd be like, oh, yeah, let's get the Sunderland player in. I guess one of the British ones told them.
Well, it's taken them decades to realise they can't come over and go, oh, we're in Manchester. Yeah. Who here likes the Manchester United? Boo! What? I don't know.
Was he introduced as Jermaine Defoe from the Sunderland Football Club?
It was a house show. I wasn't there, but I saw footage.
Yeah. Well, Tyson Kidd, yeah.
Tyson Kidd, because Neville came out in a Newcastle shirt.
Of course he did.
Someone threw the Sunderland shirt in, and I assume Tyson Kidd just thought, this might work. He's not going to know, but he might have, like, peeled the shirt, and he'll have thought, yes, I'm going to put that on. Yeah.
I think Pac may have explained it to him.
But now, I'm...
He would have explained it to him, but Tyson Kidd didn't have any idea what he was saying.
they grab a headlock, like, put the filthy Markham shirt on.
Yeah,
Put the...
yeah, get that. What? Pac trying to call spots to the right. What?
Yeah, man, just put it on, Peter Reid. Monkey's heed, man. Monkey's
Be
heed.
a proper Macklem, like.
Tyson Kidd with his season ticket in the forward end.
I'd love it.
the full one in the 90s at Roger Park.
The only beaters were the pedo on the wing.
Oh.
Anyway,
Do you see
because
what
it's
he was?
true.
He was out in Sunderland with that T-shirt. What did it say? I've forgotten. It was something.
It was something that you would not think a guy that had
Adam
been
Johnson?
out of prison.
Why has he gone out in Sunderland?
You should have seen it. Google it.
It was
the
like-
T-shirt he had on.
I forget what it was, but it was like Sweet 16 or whatever. And you thought like,
how man.
you're like, hang on, that's been photoshopped. And it was like 10 photos underneath. It's like, oh, that's not photoshopped.
Oh my god. Anyway, what's your
What
favourite
are we
crossover?
talking about?
Probably some.
Well, other than
Can I
KSI being
guess?
nice enough
Can I
to...
guess? Oh, I had one for you. Okay, I was going to
right.
guess. KSI, yeah.
Yeah, other than that,
would-
that's just one for me. You know, doesn't follow me on Twitter or anything like that, so...
My guess was
He's not going to
when
give me tickets to see the fight.
my guess was when the New Day came out of WrestleMania 32 out of the cereal box dressed as Dragon Ball people. I don't.
That was great,
Saiyans.
but the only thing better than that was Michael Cole, I think, to JBL, to the right of him going, well, obviously they're Saiyans from the planet Namek. Duh, JBL, everyone knows that. It was like, obviously he's reading off a script, but he did it very cool. Different fandoms. Bad one then, it's gone. It's gone my head completely.
Shouts out to Alex Boniello, who also is a fan of the channel. He plays. He's on Broadway. He plays a character in Dear Evan Hansen, this big musical. There you go.
That's nice.
Yeah, I thought I'd give him a shout out as well.
Yeah.
Aye.
Ron Funches.
Ron Funches is another.
That's who I'm going to go with.
Fair, yeah. Quite a few like Botchamania, actually.
Yeah.
Do you think Ronda Rousey was a Botchamania fan? she went to PWG.
If she was, she's not anymore.
She went to PWG and stuff, so she's like an indie wrestling fan.
Mm.
I bet Ronda Rousey likes Botchamania. Or liked Botchamania.
Oh, going to the PWG show, the one Tom went to it, and there's like, I told us which place, because it's in Reseda, which I didn't realise is a place where people who work in Hollywood go to live because it's too expensive to live in Hollywood.
It's been a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard.
Yes.
And I'm free.
Free fall.
Free fall.
So,
So
I was going with this. Yeah, so
Sorry, Tom.
I'm there like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, so what do you do? And he goes, oh, I'm one of the lead animators from Pixar. Over there's the guitarist from Tool. Over there's Dave Meltzer. There's Ron Funches. There's Sam Roberts. I'm like, uh-huh. And like, oh, we like your videos, Maffew. I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, the Prince and the Pauper was that situation. So, yeah, I'm going to go with them. Also, shout out to the Mega Ran.
Oh, yeah, Mega Ran. Big fan of Mega Ran. Lovely man.
Yes.
Like his music. His
Yes, his
wrestling
chiptune
songs. Aye.
rap.
New.
Officially
Very
endorsed by Capcom rapper. And that's all the famous people I can think of off the top of my head.
Mega Ran's mates with MC Lars. Remember MC Lars? Hot Topic is not punk rock.
Yeah, I wasn't really into him much. I respect the fact that he was able to become a mainstream name and everything, but...
For being like a nerd rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. I saw him at the Academy
Megaran's
once. He was supporting Bowling for Soup. Yeah.
What?
MC Lars.
a weird mix.
I know it was, yeah. Zebrahead were there as well. Remember Zebrahead?
That song off SmackDown versus Raw, the first one.
Everything's falling apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like every rhyme he does is a record.
Weird thing about
What an
Zebrahead.
erection.
Yeah.
Weird thing, we've gone completely off the rails here. The ECW, the Music Volume 2, I believe it was called, they had the Sandman covered, basically the Metallica song covered by, it was supposed to be Motorhead. So Lemmy singing it. It's not Motorhead doing the stuff they weren't available, doing it's Zebrahead. So it's Zebra Motorhead doing that song.
Zebrahead sound nothing like Motorhead.
They do. It's an awful cover.
Oh, right.
I think they used it a few times and then just went, no, we'll just pay Metallica money. Oi, in terms of ECW, don't pay them money.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a lot of crap there. Let's move on. Schedule. Oh, here we go. Rapid fire round. This is becoming a popular...
Yes.
Hi, lads. Rapid fire for y'all. Do you want to join in this one, Tom? Or I won't be heard on the mic. That's not a problem then. I'll answer for you. Kofi versus Bryan at WrestleMania 35, or Bryan versus Batista versus Orton at WrestleMania 30.
30.
35. Undertaker or Stone Cold?
Taker.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold. Bacon or beef?
Bacon.
Bacon.
Beef. Okada or Ibushi?
Ibushi.
No, Ibushi.
Yeah, Ibushi. Whoa. Cricket or rugby?
Cricket.
Cricket.
So I've had this. Rugby. Adam Cole, baby, versus Suck It.
It's a catchphrase.
I think it's a request.
Adam Cole, baby, suck it. Adam Cole, baby.
I like Adam Cole, baby.
Nah.
Suck it's a bit past it now.
Suck it. Simon Miller or Kenny McIntosh?
Oh, God.
Oh.
We're going to get heat now, aren't we? Who's
Simon.
Paulie's favourite?
I don't know.
Kenny, but I know him more than Simon.
Yeah, I
but
know Kenny more as
Simon's a lovely. Simon's a nice man. Kenny's a bit of an arse. No, I'm joking.
Why, Jack?
No,
Why?
I just know Kenny more, so I'll go Kenny. But I feel bad. It's bad not choosing Simon because he's the nicest man. He's so nice.
Yeah. Simon's nice, but I'm picking Kenny because I'll be out drinking with him, and I like.
He's a
him.
good laugh. He's a good laugh on the town, on the peeve.
What am I going to talk to Simon Miller about? So, how do you get those laughs? Charlotte Flair or Ric Flair?
Rick.
Ric Flair.
Rick. Is it Jen or Frazier?
Fraser.
I was going to say.
Frazier.
No. It's Jen or the TV show.
Jen.
I know Jen more, but I like Fraser as well. I'll go Jen because I know her more. I feel so bad answering these.
Oh, I'll say Frazier just to make
Fraser.
me feel better.
I like to say them without an explanation.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah.
Just to cause a bit of... Just to
It's provocative, isn't it?
gets the people
You
going.
were talking. Ah. John Cena or Hulk Hogan? Sorry.
Cena.
Yeah, Cena.
Right.
I wasn't around for Hogan.
Oh, come on. Cena. TLC 2 or Hell in a Cell 1?
Hell in a Cell 1.
TLC 2.
Hell in a Cell 1. It's a tough one, though. First ever Money in the Bank cash-in or Ziggler's cash-in or Rollins cash-in?
Oh, you filthy, filthy bastard. I want to go for
That's a
Rollins.
murderer's row, that.
Rollins I want to go for.
I'm going to go for Rollins as well. Then Edges, then Ziggler's.
I'd have gone Ziggler than Edges.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Edge.
Okay.
Not
I remember
like this.
the internet.
Not like this.
The internet almost melted that night. I remember that night happening. Phew. I didn't see the show live, but I was awake.
What, Edge or Ziggler?
Edges.
Yeah, because I went and asked some people who were around that time on the internet and whatever, and I was like, did anyone suspect? It was like a few predictions, but it was like, oh, that might happen. But when it happened, it was like, oh.
Yeah.
I
Wow,
like
that's
how
how it
much
can
he
happen.
nods his head for every count of the race. It's the problem. He's probably like, yeah.
Just seeing us look at despair, like, oh, you get it.
I've just beaten Carlito and Chris Masters, the Masters of Cool.
That's right. Carlito headlined. What a great pay-per-view. This Week in Wrestling versus Wrestlers of the Week. Oh, get a bit meta here.
this week in wrestling.
Oh, what? Wrestlers of the Week.
The news with Tom Campbell. Undisputed Era versus The Shield.
Oh, Undisputed Era. Kyle O'Reilly's banter's too much. Too much.
For now, The Shield.
No, the Shield, not even a contest. Pizza or burger?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Burger. A little bit of the bubbly versus you just made the list.
Bubbly.
The List.
The list, because that lasted more than a week. Soda or juice?
Soda.
Sodas, yo.
Soda Stream, yes. Samoa Joe or Sami Zayn?
Samoa Joe.
Sami Zayn. He's my boy, but he's being misused.
That's a tough one, that. I'm going to go with Sami Zayn just for his versatility. What word am I trying to say here?
He's good at lots
Versatility.
of things.
Versatility. Is that right?
Versatility.
Yeah.
Versatility?
Versatility. It's definitely 100% versatility.
Okay.
Sorry, I just called
Right. Anyway,
Versatile. Versatility. Yeah, versatility. You're versatile.
he's very diverse.
Yeah.
He's a jack of all trades.
Puppet Jack versus Tom Campbell's shark puppet, in brackets, in a shoot fight.
What? Well,
But
Wait a minute,
once a
shark
shark.
puppet! Shark puppet! The guy doesn't even know his name!
he's got a name, Tom.
The shark puppet!
I'd go Baz the Shark because he's a shark.
Yeah, Barry the Shark would win.
You what?
He's a shark.
Of course he'd be
You
in a,
think you can have
in a shoot fight.
in a shoot fight?
Yeah.
Seen the teeth.
Have you not seen Jaws? What happens in the Jaws?
He's not as good
Is
as
it
the...
Jaws going dun,
No,
dun, dun,
he's
dun?
not- he's
No,
not
it's
as-
Jaws
he's
dead.
not as good as the bloke from Jaws. Oh, no, don't do this.
Oh, is he?
Oh, for...
Oh, is that right? Oh, is that what you want? Ah! All right, yeah, you're right. I've got him. Oh, Christ!
Oh, my God. It turns out everything's not better with puppets.
So turns out everything's great.
Where's
It's just
Timmy
something-
Mallet? Bring Timmy Mallet in.
And that was a shoot fight because it was unplanned. That's why it was terrible. Dave Meltzer versus
Called
Vince
it in the
McMahon.
ring.
Vince
What?
McMahon. What's
Vince
all the
McMahon, I
comparisons
don't
there?
understand. They're not even doing the same job.
I don't think you get that question. Dave Meltzer. Stephanie or Shane?
Shane.
Oh, Stephanie.
I hate that I'm having to say Stephanie.
Yeah.
Jim Ross or Mauro Ranallo?
Oh!
We've had this before.
Jim.
Is this modern day or
I
all
know.
time? 'Cause-
I just think it's holistic. Everything's all in.
all in.
Jim.
Mauro. But Jim's got more of a legacy.
It's everything, Jim.
Yeah, fair.
And last but not least, oh, for Christ's sake, Adam Pacitti's right nipple or Adam Pacitti's left nipple?
Left.
The left one.
I should say that one had pictures included, but I didn't print them out.
When was he topless?
One of the What Culture, he had to have a bath and a cold bath or something. So the nipples.
You had to have a cold bath.
Some sort of punishment.
A nice bath.
These are just you openly doing your fetishes, isn't it?
Ice bath. Maybe it was
Mike
back then.
Kanellis.
I'll go for his left one because it's the furthest from me. Keep that away from me, Sonny Jim. But because I sit next to him and his left. So, yeah.
Can I pick the third nipple like Man the Golden Gun?
Oh God, no! Don't talk about Nick Nack again. No.
He puts him in the suitcase.
Why you got
The greatest moment of all
We've
time.
mentioned Nick Nack getting thrown around in a suitcase far too many times on this podcast.
Lewis Capaldi loves it. And that was from Perth, from India. And you know it's
Thank
special
you.
when the printer does just your name and nothing else in the paper. Thanks, environment. If you have any questions or lightning rounds to send our way, please send them to
Mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholic's
this week's big
We are NXT.
Puppet Shark sucks. Question of the week is
I was going to start singing Folsom Prison Blues there. I hear the chain a drumming. Around the bend.
will NXT USA Edition full fat survive as a 2-hour format?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. So, what do you think of the 2-hour format?
I've not seen the full show, but I've not seen anything massively negative about it either, which is a very good sign. And also Triple H's comments about Vince not being a part of it. While it might be a bit of a Workington just to go, look at you, Marks, there. I got a text from him. Yeah, he wasn't even there. So there. It seems like it's had a good start, so hopefully that continues.
Right, I mean, they know what the crowd likes, and the crowd like being there, being the centre of attention and all that, so that's good. They were very hot. There was an entire 2 hours. They're usually there for like 4 or 6 hours, aren't they?
Yeah, you can tell, can't you?
Yeah.
Shame on. Shame for them.
Well,
What
they've
am I
had it
saying?
like the very ill-timed debuts or whatever, like Samoa Joe versus Eric Young. It's like the first time ever. Samoa Joe and Eric Young, first crowd dead. Dead, because it was 9 hours into a show. Everyone had started off clean-shaven, they all had beards. But having it a 2-hour format could be good. Keep it short and sweet for them.
It's going to be interesting, like, say, 6 months down the line, what the houses are like if it's every single week in the same place.
Right. That's a good point. And also the fact that it was not just NXT, but NXT UK. So Rhea Ripley, Imperium were there. Also Pete Dunne, because I think she's mostly NXT USA nowadays. And 205 Live with Oni, and I guess Leo Rush. I think it was 205 Live. It's been so long, who can remember? So if it becomes this mix, and Kushida as well, this mix of everybody but Raw and SmackDown, that's going to be a hell of a show. And
Yeah,
it
I
will
think
mean
so.
205 Live will be dead.
Ah, well.
Dead an EC3's push.
Oh.
But it...
Maybe he'll get a push. Maybe he'll turn back up on NXT.
He didn't get a push to begin with, did he, in NXT?
Yeah, what push? He
Well,
had to be in that ladder match, and he died a few times, and then it was just, oh yeah, the Velveteen Dream match. And that was it.
Yeah, was it?
That funny promo by the pool.
Yeah.
That was good. The second best promo EC3's done in WWE, apart from the victory after victory one. I love that one. Victory after victory. Have you seen it? He goes on for like 3 minutes looped of just after victory. I think it'll do well. They've got a really good roster, of course, and they've got a really good. I think Triple H is a fantastic booker. I think he's really good because he's cerebral and he thinks small.
There's an old.
Hey.
That was on episode 23 of the Cultaholic Podcast.
Say the thing.
It did seem like it was more about the wrestling, which I know is a silly thing to say because of course NXT is, but like the matches were quite long from what I saw from the highlights things, like especially the title match, that was a long one. The opening match was a long one, and I like that.
And it also helps that right now NXT looks like it's going to be the unboxing for WWE. It's like, look what I just bought from this company. Look who. Progress have just sent us this lad. Isn't this nice? Let's see what he looks like. So we're getting to see all the people that they've signed over the last few months. All the PWG stars that had that little mini tournament. Dexter Loomis, Voren Frankenstein, whatever his freaking name was. So there's all these people. It's almost like, oh yeah, that guy's there, that wrestler's there, that person's there. So it's, yeah.
I just can't wait for Joseph Connors to become NXT champion. I believe.
He might win it by default because if everyone else is sodding off.
No,
it's really good. NXT UK's...
NXT US champion. I mean.
Oh, right.
Oh, aye. His Twitter account's a reset button.
Who is Joseph Connors?
Yeah, that's what it says.
You're asking. Is that the big question?
I feel like poor Connors. He's got such charisma if they let him be.
Yeah,
him.
but you could say that for everybody on the roster.
You could, yeah. To be fair, it's a point you can make for everyone.
They had Connors versus Williams on this week's episode, and it was like, oh, these two guys are great. Everywhere else but WWE NXT UK. It was just two dudes, sadly. But it could go well. It could probably go better than Rhea Ripley's, which on NXT UK, she's like, I'm challenging for that title belt. I'm feuding with Ginny and Jazzy Gilbert. But then in NXT America, she's like, I'm already here. So like, I don't think she's going to win that title. So, well, stab in the dark.
But I think it'll be. This first episode was a strong one. I think I'm looking forward to it.
Yes,
and I'm looking forward to when it starts off with AEW as well, going head to head, because I think they might bring out the best in each other.
And also, I'm looking forward to the draft.
Oh yes, I love a draft.
Which is funny actually.
That was me rubbing my thighs, but the handcuffs made it harder to.
Thank you. Didn't we just report that the wildcard rule is no longer in effect?
Yeah, it's going when the draft happens. They're gonna have exclusive.
That's what I was thinking. Like, does that mean that there's no? What? We'll see. No, if there's no wildcard rule, does that mean that everyone's every brand then?
No, Raw will have a roster. SmackDown will have a roster. NXT's got a roster.
Everyone's just going where they want to at the minute.
That's the wildcard rule.
It's going to stop.
That's going to stop.
Oh, I misunderstood. Right.
They're re-establishing the borders.
They're gonna have Raw's going to have one roster. You stay in Raw until the next draft. SmackDown will have their own roster. NXT's got theirs.
Should I take bets on how long that lasts?
Until after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Which WrestleMania?
This one coming up.
Because then you'll have a superstar shake-up, boys and girls. Yeah. Shake it like you're
different to a draft.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we have to say about that, really. And as always, we come to a 20-mile-an-hour stop after throttling along 100 miles an hour.
It's warm in here, isn't it?
It is. We're all suffering. It's like a World War I hospital right now. But we thank you for enduring and listening, and hopefully you join the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. And if you have any questions or lightning rounds or anything for us, you can go to
mailbag@cultaholic.com.
And if you have anything to submit to the other thing,
the votes.
Votes. Submit your votes to the Patreon, which is patreon.com/cultaholic.
That was beautiful. Now at the end of the show, we all put our hands. There we go. Kind of in the middle.
It's over here.
That ain't gonna work.
Come on, Tom.
Come on, Tom.
Play the game, son.
Go on, Tom. This is great for all your listeners. Tom, right. Tom's just on us. Put your hands in the middle of the table. And breathe all over me. And cough a lot. And then go, join us. And then do that.
Right. Can we stop them hurting?
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter @Cultaholic, and you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, you can pledge to our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe, and don't forget, join us.